doing? Tonight we are going to discuss some more things that can happen with a lot of sitting or running around. I am Dr. Heather Moore, owner of Total Performance Physical Therapy. Tonight we're going over signs of a pulled hamstring. So we see this a lot in our clinic, which is a lot of pain in the leg or in the back of the leg. So most people start, first of all, Googling which muscle is in the back of your leg. Quadriceps, hamstrings, or some people have no idea. And then they start figuring out, okay, well, what's going on? What did I do to my hamstring? Pulling of the hamstring, a strain of the hamstring is very common, but you do want to be aware that it can be other things besides a pull or besides a tear. So let's just talk about where the hamstring is. So the hamstring is actually a group of muscles in the back of the leg. All right, so people often confuse that with a quadricep, which is found in the front of the leg. It's a bundle of muscles. It's not just one. It's a group of muscles. But the hamstring is in the back of the leg, running basically from the butt cheek all the way down to the back of the knee. It's very easy to pull this muscle because it is so big. It's a very long muscle, and a lot of times it's extremely weak. A lot of times your quads, the front muscle, are way stronger than your hamstrings. So you wind up injuring it, and you wind up with a pull. So what are signs of a pull? What do you do? So the first thing you want to be aware of is that while you may present with signs of a pulled hamstring, while you may present, well, the pain may be like right here and it may be excruciating, it actually may be coming from your back. So unfortunately, a lot of times when we see a failed treatment or somebody comes in here and they said, oh, I did this and I went somewhere else and this is what happened and they stretched my hamstrings and it never really resolved. It's because it wasn't anything to do with the hamstring. So you have to really identify exactly what's going on to make sure that you are dealing with the right injury. We offer a free consultation. All you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898. We'd be glad to give that to you to decipher, is this a nerve issue coming from your back, or is this truly a pulled hamstring issue? They feel the same sometimes. So there's no way I can say, hey, this one is going to feel this way and this one's going to feel this way. They can present the exact same way. So you just want to make sure that you're dealing with the right thing, because the treatment is different. If you have a nerve issue coming from your back that's causing the hamstring to hurt, it's a little bit different than having just a pull right at the hamstring. Another thing that could be happening is a tear in the hamstring, and we get a lot of people freaking out of, oh my gosh, did I tear my hamstring? It's very rare, extremely rare, without a traumatic incident to have a complete rupture of all the hamstring muscles. So you don't have to worry if, oh my gosh, if I'm going to have a tear and then it's surgery. And if you tear your hamstring, you're not going to require surgery. It's basically just a little bit of tear in the muscle that a lot of therapy can help. So just be aware, there's a lot of different things, a pull, a strain, a tear, that get classified as a pulled hamstring muscle, but also the fact that it could be a nerve issue coming from your back that can also be causing the exact same type of pain, and unless you seek out medical professional help, you're not really going to be able to differentiate. I can't give you anything to tell you what to differentiate. It could be a couple of different things. So what's a sign of a pulled hamstring? So most often you're going to have pain somewhere along the back of your leg. Not below your knee, some pain here. A lot of times what happens is when you pull your hamstring, you're going to be on a run. You're going to be doing some sort of physical activity. Generally, you're not just going to stand up and all of a sudden you're going to have a hamstring pull. You might get a hamstring cramp, and that's where you're going to feel just something really seize up in the back of your leg, but you're not going to get a hamstring pull just from standing up. Generally, you're doing some activity. And what will happen is you're just going to literally stop dead in your tracks. So if you've ever seen somebody run and they're like, oh, and they can't actually put weight on it, very, very common with a hamstring pull is you're just going to have that just intense pain, especially if you run and you're what we call a heel striker. You're going to be more susceptible to having that hamstring pain. So any type of pain from here down to here is typically associated with a hamstring pull. You may also have some electric feelings. So people who have a pulled hamstring can sometimes describe almost a zap-like feeling. When you're describing a zap-like feeling, you really do want to be more careful that it isn't just a nerve being affected coming from your back. But I have treated and I have seen hamstring injuries where they have an intense zap feeling somewhere in the back of their leg that is truly just a hamstring pull. A lot of times when you have the hamstring pull, you're not going to be able to straighten your knee out. You're not going to be able to stretch it. One of the most common things done wrong with a hamstring pull is that people are like, let's just stretch this thing. And you're actually going to make it so much worse. And they get partners to stretch them, and you wind up actually maybe even taking a pull and turning into a tear. So really be careful. You don't want to overdo it. The hamstring is already injured. Whatever you did to it, and you can pull a hamstring in a number of different ways. Different muscles fail. And again, because the hamstring is a group of muscles, we kind of talk about them as one collective muscle, but when you get this diagnosed, you're going to have to look and see exactly which muscle is being affected. But anyway, back to the zapping feeling. The zapping feeling is common with a hamstring pull, but you just want to make sure that it's not coming from a nerve issue coming from the back. Another sign of a hamstring pull is just you're not going to be able to straighten your leg because you're going to have a lot of pain in the back of your leg. You may also have swelling in your knee. That's not uncommon. Now, just because you have pain in your hamstring, it doesn't mean that you're going to get swelling right there. You may get swelling in the back of your leg, but a lot of people who have a hamstring pull get swelling in their knee just because the hamstring comes all the way down and attaches on the knee. So, but again, it could be something completely different. When you're talking about pain going down the back of your leg, you do have to realize it's not always just a hamstring issue. That's just one of the most popular things that pop up on Google, but you can actually have different issues going on. So swelling, difficulty straightening your leg, difficulty straightening your leg and pulling your toes back, feeling pain right in there, pain with walking, trouble putting your heel down first. Now, if you have any of this pain below the knee, that has nothing to do with the hamstring. So what I commonly will see is someone will walk in and say, I pulled my hamstring, but I have pain in my hamstring and in my calf. That is not a pulled hamstring. That's most likely a nerve issue going on from the back. So any pain that you have below the knee, you really want to be careful because now you're dealing with pain above the knee and below the knee, most likely is something that is going to be more along the lines of a nerve issue. But, so we have pain, we have swelling, we have a zapping feeling or an electric feeling, we have difficulty straightening it out, we have difficulty walking. It could really hurt to put your heel down and walk. You may just feel pain going right up the back of the leg. All of those are signs that you have pulled your hamstring. You really want to address it as soon as you can. The quicker you address it, the quicker it goes away. If you are someone who is having pain when you are walking and you can't even put your foot down and you're limping, you're creating a whole host of other issues for yourself if you ignore it. So you want to make sure that you get it diagnosed and treated as soon as you possibly can. It can lead to low back pain, it can lead to knee pain, it can lead to calf pain, tears in the Achilles, things like that. So it's something that you don't want to ignore, but there are some very major signs of when you actually pull your hamstring. If you have pain here in the groin, that's not a hamstring pull. If you have pain in the front of your leg, that's not a hamstring pull. If you have a pain in your butt, that's not a hamstring pull. You may have pain in the back of your knee. That can also be contributed to a hamstring pull or a hamstring strain. That's not uncommon, but you won't have pain below your knee at all. You won't have pain in your foot. You won't have pain in your back. So none of those things, I think it's more important when you talk about a hamstring pull and diagnosis of a hamstring pull to tell you everything it's not. Because so many people look for that answer of, well, it connects to the back and maybe that's it. Maybe I feel that hamstring pull up into my butt or down into my lower leg. And the fact is you don't, okay? You only feel it in the hamstring. You're only gonna feel it right in the back of the leg when it happens. And most often it's going to be very abrupt and very quick and you're gonna know the minute it happens. If you do think you have a hamstring strain and you want a doctor of physical therapy to give you a free consultation to check it out, all you have to do is call our office at 215-997-9898 and we'd be happy to get you in. Thanks and have a good night.